Also, did you guys know that Black Room was just canceled already? Like
I
that was
haven't
the
been following Black Room at all.
okay.
I didn't even know Black Room was a thing.
That was the John Romero co-creator of Doom guy. Like you physically have an article in the Sharks and Things thing on it.
Yeah, it was. We'll get to that because I'm gonna take your spotlight on us, Mitch. Welcome to Sharks and Things. A bunch of bull. Mitch, take us away.
What the hell? What the hell, Cody?
I wanted to go right into it. Fine.
You didn't even know if we were recording it.
I do because I've got our Twitch up because I was listening for audio. Because I'm a good guy like that, making sure we got audio coming through so that we don't get the issue we had a couple weeks ago, which is almost a month ago now. That we didn't have any audio for the first.
Anyways, welcome to the Sharks and Things podcast, Cody. I have with me the wonderful Matt and Zach and Cody, and I am the host today, Mitch, and we're gonna have quite a bit of fun today.
Are we? Mitch?
I mean, we did already have fun. I mean, some people didn't pay attention to our previous. We streamed some Overwatch this morning. That is in open beta right now, which extended up to the 10th. I highly recommend going to check it out. This is the final build of the game. They have announced. So whatever you play now is what you're going to be able to play release day. However, everything you play now is going to be wiped. So go have fun. Just don't spend too much time on it.
And the competitive modes will be added in at or immediately after launch.
Yeah, so it'll be afterwards.
Yeah. So it's pretty much everything but the competitive modes, which is fine if you don't care.
Today is a special day. And it's a special day because it's Mother's Day. So I hope all of you guys have some plans to hang out with your mothers.
So is this just
a gap for you?
Shout outs to all your mamas.
Shout out to your mama.
I was about to say, I think that'd be a fantastic Sharks and Things greeting card. Happy Mother's Day. Shout outs to all your mamas.
I don't know you guys.
So I mean, this last how long has it been? 2 weeks?
I think it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, we've been out of commission for a bit here. We've got lives going on, things like that, and other random shit. I believe the last thing we did was the Rocket Cast?
Yeah. The Rocket Cast where we were pummeling enemies with soccer balls and talking about VR poorly while getting distracted by further soccer balls.
VR, next generation consoles, I have to say. And we did touch on one of them. I know it's way far down on the list, but we're going to jump right into that one first because it's on topic here. The Nintendo NX. Yeah, we have a list.
It's in the thing. Yeah, Nintendo NX.
So,
we here at Sharks and Things pride ourselves on
the
organization.
Next generation Nintendo console.
And let me set a stage for you. At a wee witching hour of a morning on a Monday about a week ago, which is about 3 a.m., a Japanese earnings call came out of Japan for a little known company called Nintendo, in which we found out a whole bunch of information about what we're not going to find out about this year.
That was a weird stage. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a stage. It's there.
I was gonna say, I think the only thing you need to follow that up with is like the Transformers trailer music, boom boom, boom boom, and then just have
like the Inception horn going in the background.
The Wilhelm scream.
The Nintendo NX,
whatever the fuck it is,
they announced in this earnings call that they're not going to announce anything at E3. That was their announcement. That was the big part of it, at least.
It's starting to sound like Capcom announcements.
I don't actually think there's. If I've been following right, and I could be totally wrong on this, I think they've even said they may not even do a treehouse.
No, they're totally doing a treehouse.
I don't know.
Okay, so last I heard, they are doing a treehouse. However, there's going to be nothing about the NX. It's going to be pretty much focused around Zelda. Is what I heard is they're going to talk about Zelda.
You want to know why? Because they have nothing else going for them at this point other than hardware that they are not going to announce.
Nintendo's E3 2016 plan lacks any mention of a Nintendo Direct press conference.
It lacks pretty much everything except for Zelda. It may as well just be a Zelda trailer and it's coming out.
Zelda will be the only thing playable in the Nintendo booth this year at E3.
But as Matt said, that is pretty much the only thing they have for them on this current console cycle, I should say. The NX is slated to come out next year, March. And it will come out for both the Wii U and the NX. So everyone who bought the Wii U to play the new Zelda game, you're not screwed out of it.
Yeah, but you're also screwed out of essentially this console. Like, we all know it kind of sucked. I enjoy mine, but there's still very little compelling reasons to actually have a Wii U. And like, even if you hear the news now, there's even more reason to just not buy a Wii U, period. They've done a real good job.
A second-hand one. You can find one for cheap, maybe.
I would personally say just buy the original Wii. The original Wii is more diverse, better games than the Wii U. Like, I would say just stick with the
I'm not telling anyone to buy a Wii either, but
the games that I want to play that Nintendo brought out are playable all on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to play Monster Hunter 4 or 3, sorry, I can only play that on the Wii U. But if I want to play like 2 years ago Zelda, or that's longer than that now. But if I want to play the last Zeldas, I can still play those on the Wii U. So the best console of Nintendo right now is still to buy the Wii U.
I still go for the Wii, mostly just because you can hack the crap out of it and it becomes the most perfect thing ever.
As someone who hacked a Wii U or a Wii, it still just collects dust on my shelf.
Yeah, but the GameCube, it's so great.
Can we talk about the fact that the GameCube is the second worst selling console of all time, and the only worst selling console, or the second worst selling Nintendo console of all time, and the only console that sold worse is the Wii U?
Wow. Is that do those statistics include the Virtual Boy?
I don't think anyone
because that wasn't a console. I don't think
that's in their handheld category.
Yeah,
is that really? Because I mean, it sat on the ground and it had a stand.
But you could buy a head strap for that thing.
You could also duct tape it to your face
in case you want to just burn your eyeballs out.
It's okay. It was just a bunch of red lasers.
No big lasers make a very, very creepy scene. A scene that you might find in Outlast 2's gameplay trailer.
Okay, hang on.
Hang on.
Before I need to finish off. I need to finish this off before you segue us out of here.
You need to finish off what? About Nintendo? They're already finished. Don't worry about that.
Two things. If you want a Wii U, it's $230 for a used one at GameStop. However, I did not know.
Is this like an adopt a puppy ad? There's so many over here. We need to start getting rid of the used ones.
I was about to say, Nintendo just needs to change their marketing campaign to include a Wii U and Sarah McLachlan, and they got their business set out for them.
Here's the thing I didn't know they were doing. For $750, stay with me. You can buy the pre-owned next generation Blast from the Past hardware bundle, which that sentence makes no sense because it includes a Wii U, a PlayStation 4, and an Xbox One. What is Blast from the Past in there?
Do they give you a bunch of like games, like PlayStation 1 games for the PS4, like Nintendo games for the Wii U, and
it's like the market salesman? Oh, we got all kinds of games. Look at this. It's the Crash Bandicoots. All the kids play it.
500 gig.
Crash Bandicoots.
500 gig Xbox One, PS4s, one controller for each, an HDMI cable, and a power supply. And the Wii U is the classic black 32 gig with a gamepad and a gamepad AC adapter and a sensor.
Oh, so they're giving you the classic versions of the consoles. That's Blast from the Past. That makes sense now. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
It's got a console. Goodbye.
Next generation Blast. That makes
whatever. Okay. Fuck it. Pushcart segue. Let's do this.
Outlast 2.
Well, I already had like a brilliant one. Well, let's go back. Outlast 2 gameplay teaser trailer.
Yes. So,
Nope.
They announced it last year, and then we finally got to see the gameplay. Hey, what do you know? Turns out they're still using a video camera. Except this time it looks like you were kidnapped by a bunch of hillbillies. And
there was some Southern Baptist stuff going on in that trailer.
And that kind of stuff I always find just incredible. I just find it creepy because it all starts with Children of the Corn. That movie goddamn.
Another.
All right. Like the Children of the Corn, if they implemented that last 2 hours.
Interesting note. Children of the Corn. If you guys, I don't know if any of you have seen it at all recently, there was a post on Reddit, our videos recently, about the special effects artist who did like the special effects for Children of the Corn, like gave detailed descriptions on how they did some of the crazy like effects of that movie. It's up on our videos. It's actually kind of entertaining.
Go ahead. Link that to our viewers once we finish this. Mitch.
Continue on to your. I'm not. No, don't worry about that.
Okay. Anyways, so stuck in hillbilly environments. A lot of the gameplay actually. I don't know if it's in game or if it's all pre-rendered. I want to say it's in game. It doesn't look that bad. Cody.
I'm not laughing at that. Just keep going.
Whatever. So gameplay wise, it seems okay. I wish they would just kind of ditch the video camera thing, because I understand it was like mechanic, but in like this kind of situation, I'm like, why would you have a video camera in a crop field while you're trying to evade detection? A very bright screen on a video camera, I feel like is a dead giveaway in like a cornfield when people are actively hunting with like scythes. But I would actually like to see that be a like Steam VR or a any one of the Oculus. It doesn't matter. Just some kind of VR, I feel like, is where Outlast should actually go. Because that seems like the kind of game you would play with a VR headset.
I have to agree. There are going to be some amazing, creepy, scary games coming from VR.
I like
there are skeletons.
I have liked a lot of those like
shivers down your spine.
GIFs of like the people who are so like immersed and freaking the fuck out. That just makes me so happy. Like,
and run into walls and run into
yeah.
No, it's great. It's great.
Well, we've already had some of those videos cropping up on Reddit. I'm guessing all of you guys probably saw the girl who was playing some kind of zombie simulator game, and her first instinct was to start running away. So she just goes straight into a wall. The VR is going to be a great.
To be fair, when I was watching that, I half expect her run into the bush and then turn around and just start swinging at the guy who was coming at her to like help her out. So scary games are like everyone loves them except me. I don't like scary games like at all. I can barely handle them at all. However, if you remember, there's this game called Doom.
Hey,
it was kind of a scary game.
Spoilers,
especially
there's
Doom
some
3.
Doom coming out.
Doom 3 was a pretty scary game. There is a new Doom game coming out. However, I use this as a platform to talk about John Romero. He is the co-creator of such a scary franchise, Doom. And he is coming out with a new FPS with apparently a story that somehow matters.
Like Daikatana mattered?
See, anytime you put the words like story and FPS together, most of the time it is like the Who Is line where the game's made up and the points don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Yeah, so that went on to Kickstarter a couple weeks ago. We were going to talk about it a couple weeks ago. That has since been pulled down, has not been canceled, as we kind of alluded to at the beginning of this podcast. The Kickstarter has been put on quote-unquote pause. That's sneer quotes. For them to make a
4 days. That's all it took. 4 days.
For them to make a demo, basically. John Romero came and said, "Okay, we'll make a demo of this thing so you can see what the hell is I'm talking about," because it is John Romero, and a lot of stuff that he talks about, much like John Carmack, is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're like on a different level, man.
He's like a Peter Molyneux.
Nah, at least he gets whatever he wants done, with the exception of we're not going to talk about Daikatana. Daikatana doesn't exist in the world.
I had forgotten that actually existed. Wow.
Case in point.
Yeah, exactly. Daikatana, it's a terrible
This like it's a cesspit of like whatnot.
Yeah,
especially like okay. Anyways, all right. So yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like reflecting on Daikatana. I'm like, God damn, that was atrocious.
Daikatana is not a good game, man.
Brick wall there.
I feel like we could have a good own little cast of Daikatana all its own. Oh man. Okay, I'm
Anyway,
gonna shut up.
It's an FPS. I mean, John Romero, he's created a bunch of weird, crazy shit, including co-creating Doom, which we all know and love. But it went out on the Kickstarter platform, was paused after 4 days because they wanted to show something for what they're doing at least. So Kickstarter is a great platform for crowdfunding lots of things, including something from our favorite franchise, Dark Souls.
So I actually have yet to do. I need to go back this thing, but the Dark Souls board game.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever tuned in to one of my streams where I played Dark Souls 1, I have gone on at length about how I would make a Dark Souls pen and paper, and they have done a very good job of translating a lot of the same ideas I had about it.
Except at the cost of $116 plus $20 per add-on pack.
Matt, have you ever bought, like, I am the quasi-proud owner of the World of Warcraft board game, and that was $100, and the expansions were $40.
No,
board games are not exactly cheap.
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying it's bad because it's expensive. I'm just saying it's fucking expensive. Like for someone to just like, let's just say, hey, I want to go buy a board game, $120. I have no idea what it's going to retail for. I would assume more than 116. That is a lot of money to swallow for a board game. And it makes me sad because I'm like, I want to buy all of this, but I cannot afford all of this to donate all up front for this for something that's a year out.
I would buy the core set, and okay. Let me rephrase that. I will probably buy the core set and wait for the expansions to actually come. I want to play the game before I make a decision, but their demo.
There is the gameplay video on there.
Yeah,
showing off. It shows off so far a boss fight with everyone's favorite boss, the dancer, and it shows two players getting their ass kicked, which is about normal. Yeah, that's all right. There is going to be boss battles, and there's going to be like full zone exploration with this board game itself. It is pricey, however, it's not. I wouldn't say it's outrageous for a board game.
It falls in line with board game pricing is really where it falls in.
Truly outrageous.
Especially like if looking at their models they show on here, if they're that resolution, like that type of resolution models are not cheap.
Yeah, it's a very expensive like production cost alone.
Like
I've seen like so a recent board game that like has been actually shipping recently is called Shadows of Brimstone, and they also have lots and lots of models in it, and they're nowhere near this resolution.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the resolution,
that was also a very expensive board game.
They're going to get to, even if these are 3D printing these like freaking like 3D printing is still a pain in the ass process to finish and make them look good. And they keep adding more stuff. Like they just added a new expansion pass I didn't even notice is the Darkroot Basin expansion, which includes the Sif, which means I just need to buy it because of that. An Artorias, a Mushroom Parent and Child, Stone Guardians, and Stone Knights.
Yeah, like all their models and everything look phenomenal. Like if you just take like price completely out of this, like the board designs are really nice. Like all of the tiny models are damn near immaculate. Because there's not many like figurines out there that are like that super detailed, unless like that you can just buy in a board game. You don't have to like either hand paint or try and do some kind of assembly on, unless you're talking about Cody's Gundam obsession.
We don't talk about Cody's Gundam.
Go check out the Kickstarter. There's 8 days left. If you like board games at all, this is one of those high quality board games that a lot of people are going to enjoy. Currently sitting at 3.2 million of their original $70,000 goal. That's a bit of an overshot right there.
Yeah, they made 2.
This is going on until May 16th.
See, what would be the one thing I would actually like out of this is, yeah, they have a whole bunch of extra money. It'd be, but if they can get that to like get it into additional retailers, that would be kind of awesome.
So one of the tiers is the retail tier, where people for retail stores to buy a bulk set of them. So
which is really strange. I've never seen that on like a Kickstarter or Indiegogo.
This is one of those things like where they didn't actually want to kickstart the game. They were using Kickstarter as a way to pre-order the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel how like people doing that still. But anyways, go out there, check that out. If you like Dark Souls, if you like RPG board games, it's great. It looks like a really awesome game, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So Cody, if you buy that, we're gonna do a game night. That's totally gonna happen.
Yeah.
You'll have to fly Zach out though.
I won't have money to after I buy all those expansions.
Zach, I'm sorry, your airplane fund is being screwed over by Cody's obsession with Dark Souls expansions.
It is like I can't wait.
Well, another thing that has way too many expansions and has sucked so much life and money out of us, World of Warcraft.
I stopped at the original.
Well, you were one of those people who only liked the legacy version, and guess what? There are thousands like you.
Yay!
The server Nostalris.
Like
is that how you
some
pronounce
really weird.
Yeah,
Nostalrius. Okay, the famous private server Nostalrius was basically sent a cease and desist letter by Blizzard, and they were shut down. So the whole community was in a giant uproar. We are now seeing what might be like Blizzard deciding to set up their own like vanilla servers. They are calling in the previous admins of this Nostalrius server, and apparently they're going into some talks.
Yeah,
and
they
the
came out.
Interesting thing about that is that I don't know if things have changed in the past few days or not, but when I was reading, or I guess beginning of this past week, maybe. Because originally when Nostalrius was shut down, they were talking about how they were going to release the source code and everything so that people could, pick up where they left off and blah, 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 blah. And apparently they did a 180 on that. And I guess
so this is the Nostalrius source code?
Yeah.
Because I know Blizzard has always been a big proponent of go make your own private servers. We don't care. It's just when it gets to too many people.
Yeah, so the admins of Nostalrius were going to release their source code, like their code and everything, so that someone else could basically remake Nostalrius or throw it up on different hosting or whatever, and continue where they left off, sort of deal. But pretty much right after Blizzard had said that they were going to fly them out and everything, they talked about having some huge announcement, and the announcement was basically like a thank you video and saying they changed their mind and won't be releasing the source code or any information.
I wonder if that has to do with maybe they're working on. Well, so let's kind of like scoot back a little bit here. So Blizzard came out and said, "Hey, we closed down the server because we have to protect our IP, and if you let one go through, you're asked, like anyone who studies IP intellectual property law knows, if you let one person get away with it, that's setting a precedent.
Everyone with.
That's you either have to be yes or no. Like you have to be hard nosed, or you have to not. Like you can't do it. Like that's the two extremes of this thing. And so Blizzard came out and was like, we understand there are a bunch of people out there who want to play Legacy WoW, but to be fair, I think we had this conversation when this story originally broke. Is like there's a lot of improvements. Like the game
has had lots and lots and lots of improvements. Or I think the biggest thing that we pointed out before was, oh shit, our video just disappeared again.
Oh god,
Skype is the best video capture software ever. Fucking hell.
Need some technical difficulty music going here.
Oh, and it's doing it stupid. You need Skype Premium.
We're going to take a brief pause as we fix our technical difficulties.
We'll be right back.
We need you to get some, like, offline music, Mitch. My love is pure. They didn't go
Hey
away that
guys,
time. What?
I just noticed something popped up at the bottom.
Yeah, no, we saw that.
Skype Premium, yeah.
Except for Skype Premium doesn't exist anymore.
So we don't. Yeah, it's not going back to normal. We still have like shitty quality.
Do you want to maybe stop the phone call and call back?
Yep. Okay.
Okay. It looks.
And wait, hey, whoa! We're
We're
all
on
weirdly.
widescreen now.
Did they release an update today that just kind of borked everything?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I was about to say, I just went widescreen.
For the first time in our lives, we're all widescreen.
You can see more of my sexy body.
Okay, I think we're back. I think
In
so.
in fucking widescreen. What the hell?
We're
is going
back.
on?
Well,
in
the viewers
widescreen.
can't tell we're in widescreen.
Yeah, we're still in 4:3.
Okay, yeah, Skype is going fucking weird. That's yeah, I have no idea what the hell's going on.
Where the
Anyways, where were
private
we?
servers?
Blizzard legacy servers, Nostarius releasing code, but then they didn't because the admins probably got some sort of deal from Blizzard.
Yeah.
Blizzard might be releasing their own legacy servers. However, the point I was going to make was that they generally don't want to do things like that would split their user base. However, I'm sure if they can extract a monthly fee from everyone, they probably don't care that much. So, anyways, let's see here. I'm like totally lost on where we are in our list
Yeah,
even now. Okay,
Fuck you.
let's
Okay,
just jump.
Skype has just fucked us up. No, fuck you, Skype. Fuck everything that you do. Goddamn it.
You know what? You know who should really go after Skype?
Microsoft, because they fucking own it and should fix it.
Skype should be punished.
Well, yeah,
It should just be punished.
really,
Yep.
but
You didn't have a
so
segue.
with that,
It was there.
I was gonna force one, but okay.
played
Netflix is a great place to watch some amazing shows. They're coming out with great content. Jessica Jones and Daredevil. If you like some anime, they got Seven Deadly Sins is their original content there. House of Cards. They've got just top-notch content. Everybody seems to be raving about everything they're doing. If any of you have watched Daredevil at all, season 2 featured a couple of different characters that they brought in from the Marvel Universe, including one Punisher.
Oh.
Netflix announced that they're going to create their own Punisher series because he was such a popular character in Daredevil season 2.
Well, okay. Remember, so Punisher had a very, very long legacy. Like, he was super huge in the 80s because he had that kind of like, dirt gram, I'm gonna kill everybody. Like, just ultimate 80s. And then flash forward to, I think, was it 90s or early 2000s that they released the Punisher? I think it was like early 2000s.
There was 2 Punisher movies.
Because there was one that was in the early 90s.
The second one doesn't exist.
No, hang on. There are 3 Punisher
one doesn't
movies. There's the early 90s one with Dolph Lundgren.
Yep, which was hilarious.
There's the first one that had John Travolta as the bad guy.
That was an amazing one, I have to say.
Yep, and then there was the Punisher Warzone, which was just a half-assed attempt to try and make a Punisher movie.
Yes.
Essentially, they just wanted to have this crazy action flick over the top, like craziness, and they just wanted to slap some popular label on it. That's what I got from that.
Okay, so the whole reason this is exciting though is because it's being ordered by Netflix, and 2, it's taking the same cast out of the Daredevil, so they're actually tying in their own storylines.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
So they're expanding this universe now. So we've got crossover between Daredevil and Jessica Jones already, and now we're going to have more Punisher. So we're going to have crossover between these 3 shows. Plus, they've previously announced that there's going to be a Luke Cage show or movie as well.
it's a show.
So it's going to be a show. So
And then
we're going to have
that's
4
in
4
November.
shows.
Nope, there's 5 because
They're all
there's Iron
crossover.
Fist.
Yeah, Iron Fist as well.
Iron Fist is currently being filmed.
That's right. Iron Fist is eventually coming out too. So yeah, 5 Netflix shows.
Technically 6
All
because
in
there's
the same
also
universe.
the Defenders.
Oh my god, Defenders.
The original order from
Oh,
Netflix
yeah.
was for a Jessica Jones, a Daredevil, a Luke Cage, an Iron Fist, and then all of those would come together as the Defenders. The
You mean
Defenders
Heroes
are-
for Hire?
Yeah,
So
basically.
if they keep up the quality of these shows, I think there's going to be too much TV to watch. Ultimately,
Like I
Marvel's
still
kind
need,
of getting to oversaturation point as well.
well, I need to start binge watching through Daredevil season 2 because I've put it off because I know the second I start watching it, I'm going to just rip through it in just almost 2 sittings. I did that last time for Daredevil. I just watched 1 episode and it was just done in 2 days, like just all the way through.
I have yet to finish all of season 2. I'm getting pretty close to the end, but
Maybe
it is an
I haven't
amazing
watched
show.
any of it, actually.
Daredevil is actually really good. We should
And then
do
Jessica Jones freaking distracted me too.
we should also do a side on the other podcast that will be released soonish. We should do like a big Marvel thing, like a big
Marvel
spoiler,
mash
like a big
about
Marvel spoiler cast,
the Netflix universe and the cinematic universe.
and the ABC universe.
Yeah, Shield,
Yep. You know what?
the Shield universe, I guess.
Yep.
Well, that
which is
technically-
a whole bunch of like alternate universe stuff going on. Like it's weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
That was so. Agents of Shield was one that I tried to watch. I really gave it a good effort,
It got better.
and
Give it a good
It's
old
just-
college try.
it's bad.
They just kind of really splintered their like the whole thing they had going on there with like alternate things going on.
I'd
So
say do
speaking of
yourself a
alternate
favor.
realities.
We're currently
Speaking of
living in
alternate
one.
realities. We've got an announcement for Battlefield 1,
Which is the
which is an
dumbest
alternate
name
reality World War 1.
ever.
Hey, don't just Battlefield 1. It is now the original new one. It is the new one.
No, it's like the Xbox One.
But this is
Yeah,
okay.
did they
so
not
hang
learn
on.
from the Xbox One? Seriously? Come
But
on.
there's like 8 Battlefield games. There's 1942, Vietnam, Battlefield 2, Battlefield 2142,
2142.
Oh, sorry.
Battlefield
Yeah,
Heroes, Battlefield Free to Play, Battlefield 1943, Battlefield 3 and 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield Bad Company 1 and 2. Like there's like 10 of these games. You can't just call this
They
one.
should just change the name. They should just step away from Battlefield altogether. This is a new game in the Battlefield series, but we're going to call it something else because the name's just old.
We're gonna go
Man,
the route of the App Store, and we're just gonna go ahead and name it Field Battle.
I miss
Field
miss
of Battle.
Brad Battle.
Fields
we
of
get back-
Battle.
Can
It'll
I
be a
get a Bad Company game?
third
I
person
just
tower
wanted a Bad
defense.
Company game.
Brad
Hardcore.
Battle.
There's Golden Dead
Brad
Hills.
Battle.
Battlefield Bad Company 3 would be
Yeah.
amazing.
That's what I
People-
want.
Battlefield
There's still a
Battletoads.
huge community playing Bad Company 2, by the way. If you guys
I know it's
haven't
crazy.
checked it out on Steam, you can go play that game. It's probably still really super cheap.
We should play that some weekend. By the way,
Driving tanks through buildings,
game is
fully
dope.
destructible, everything.
But
It's just a
okay.
good game.
back to Battlefield 1.
Battletoads.
First of
So-
all, that
Battlefield
trailer was intense. Some shit happened in that trailer. Like
People were beating each other with spiked grenades.
and freaking combat shovels, man.
You know what it
Combat
reminds
shovels.
me of? Probably one of my favorite shooters of all time.
Time
Day of
Splitters.
Defeat.
That too. Day of Defeat's actually good.
Hmm.
Yeah. So alternate timeline, World War One.
We've got battle blimps
And
battle biplanes.
Battle blimps.
Well, I mean,
Why-
biplanes were a thing.
I was about to say I don't think it's quite Guns of Icarus by any stretch, but I think we're getting there.
There's warships, which is kind of cool. They cannot confirm or deny. I watched the live stream, and apparently, yes, there will be horses.
Yes.
So, so you'll basically
There have been some interesting mock-ups of your horse selection for your loadout.
So there'll be
Choose your
horses.
horse and your hooves and your saddle.
And it may truly actually have horse armor.
Oh my god.
Comedic
regardless,
timing.
I know, right?
I was about to say that's your wallet calling it, saying prepare your currency for horse armor.
I'm actually really excited for that battlefield like that.
It does. So we don't get many games that are ever focused on World War One because first off, there's a lot of like atrocities that occurred during World War One, and they don't want to like put that in a video game like mustard gas. And then on top of that, World War One, put it lightly, is kind of boring because a lot of World War One occurred in trench warfare, which not a lot of stuff happened. So they're trying to take like the exciting battles that happened in World War One and like compound upon them, like explode them into this whole game. Luckily, it's this whole alternate universe thing that they're throwing at it, so they can do whatever spin they want on it. But I'll be very interested as well to see like what they're going to do with it all. But I love the idea of battle blimps, like just dropping freaking bombs on tanks. They're driving over freaking huge fields of trenches.
Actually, you know what? You know what I'm actually curious about? I want to see what their UI design is going to be, because with it being World War One, if it's like fucking Battlefield 4 and you have like all the neon bullshit and it's just like plus 100 points for killing your enemy, I'm gonna flip shit because this is fucking World War One.
It's gonna be great. That's gonna be fantastic.
That's what I want. I would
World War One arcade shooter. That's exactly what we need.
But instead of neon blue, I want it neon red.
You know what? And how about when you fire your machine gun, it just plays fucking techno music? How about that?
I'm gonna
get some DJ Sonya up in this machine gun.
On the counter side of this, I don't know if I'm excited or not excited for the other thing that was announced. This was a really weird announcement week with that whole
people making some announcements.
Freaking Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which is a dumb. Okay, this was the week that we announced 2 new entries into 2 franchises with both bad names.
They're both terrible names. Repeated and so saturated so far.
Well, okay,
they announced the annual installment of Call of Duty.
Infinite Warfare.
Now, they had one job with the naming convention. So, how do you distinguish this Call of Duty game from the rest of your Call of Duty games? We have Modern Warfare. We've had Advanced Warfare, but not Infinite Warfare, which is the dumbest fucking name that I could have come up with. Like, if I was playing a game of like drunken darts, this is like the dart that landed off in someone's head on the side of the bar and wanted to punch you. Like, it's just
I also think that throwing Infinite Warfare on there is a little pretentious as well.
So what? It makes warfare that doesn't end.
It makes sense because basically
this is the war that doesn't end.
They're basically saying that you done. No,
people started fighting it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue fighting it forever. This is the war that does.
Can someone please overdub that video and send it to us with Lamb Chops, the song that never ends? Because I feel as if that's a far more appropriate back song, whatever the hell they had in that trailer.
So,
regardless,
before we get immense backlash for Zach's singing, we should talk about the backlash that Activision is facing for this.
I was going to explain the name Infinite Warfare first. Hang on. You hold your horses.
I think we've thoroughly explained this crap.
Hold your horse armor.
The Infinite Warfare is like, I get the name, because basically, like, we're humans, dog. We just want to fight. That's all we want to do. And no matter, like, Ron Perlman is right. War never changes.
War
never changes.
I was about to say, I thought Call of Duty never changes, but I guess I got the saying wrong.
So yes, with the backlash that I want to throw against Zach right now for that thing,
I'm going to throw a bunch of dislikes at you.
That's fine. Just give me 89,000 dislikes with my 120.
No. It was way more than 89,000.
No, they were
like 890,000.
No, they were 89,000 when I checked it this morning. Literally checked, like, right before we started this podcast. Sorry. I misread the comma. It's 894,000.
Exactly. That's what I just said. It's 890,000. It's nuts.
There's a whole
people do not like this.
Okay, at all.
Okay, but that is 894,000 out of 12 million views.
Yeah.
That is less.
How many likes are there, Cody?
236,000.
Exactly. There's 4 times as many.
However,
Dislikes.
as I am wont to do, I'm going to play devil's advocate because it's my favorite thing to do. The CEO somebody at Activision came out and said, "Okay, yeah," and an earnings call, because there's a lot of dislikes. There's a whole campaign against this, which is dumb because whatever, it's fucking Call of Duty. It's going to be whatever it is. Every year they've just kind of like moving it a little further into like, we're going to do exosuits this year. Oh, we're going to
Well, I mean, it is the internet.
we're going to have a robot next year with some like psychic power stuff. And like this one, they're like, spaceships. Why not? But he came out and said, "Hey, yes, this is the most dislikes we've ever had on a Call of Duty trailer ever, but it is also the most amount of likes they've had on a Call of Duty trailer ever, and it's also like the most views they've had on a Call of Duty trailer, like an announcement trailer ever."
Oh yeah, a lot of times, like all these campaigns that I've ever seen about games, like we hate this game, we're not going to do anything about it. Yeah, that generally creates such a opposite reaction for people. Like the whole like Modern Warfare 2 boycott. There's an infamous picture on the internet of a whole Steam group, like thousands of people that are going to boycott Modern Warfare 2, and they're all playing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It happens all the time.
Like all these people are going to buy the game because it's Call of Duty, and this is actually the first Call of Duty I'm legitimately kind of back interested in because I have a soft spot for space games. I just have a soft spot for them. I'll play both of these actually. And also I never finished Modern Warfare 1, and this seems like a really good time to do that again since it's going to come with the remastered version of that game.
Yeah, but
I think that's what people are mostly excited about, honestly.
It's part of that.
That is a very popular Call of Duty game.
Okay, just think about it this way: if they put out a trailer that was Call of Duty 4 remastered, and that was like that was the announcement. There wasn't any new Call of Duty game, anything like that. That thing would have gone through the fucking roof, and they would have had upvotes upon upvotes because people are like, yeah. Because if you go back and try to play the original right now, it's been hacked and broken to shit by the community that it's unplayable outside of a local scenario. Like
Call of Duty is also one of those games that I will never play on PC. As though it's probably a better experience on PC, but I don't like playing with other people as it is, and to get into community that is probably rampant with hackers does not seem like an experience I want to enjoy.
Well, and this is
I
only for the
say
older.
that PC is rampant with hackers. However, I always feel that Call of Duty is more of a console game. It always feels like more of a console game as well.
I will buy
Battlefield. It's not something you play with the keyboard and mouse. I've never associated Call of Duty with a keyboard and mouse game because it regardless of how it feels, it still has that this was made for a controller. It really has that feel to it.
Yeah,
whereas like with Battlefield, like I can't play anything other than PC for Battlefield. Like I can't play that on Xbox or anything.
Unless it's Bad Company.
If
it's Bad Company, I want a controller for some dumb reason. Like I don't know why. I just want a controller for that game.
Because you want to charge into a wall.
This is true.
Using a controller. Kind of like the Spartan charge in Halo 5.
Yeah. We'll have the trailers up in show notes.
To continue on, PCs are getting a big announcement this week. Just recently, actually. NVIDIA announced their next generation Pascal cards.
Shut up and take my money.
That's exactly my response. Is shut up, take my money. We're getting the GTX 1080 and 1070. The 1080 is being compared to last generation. It is twice as powerful as a Titan X. The $1,000 card right now, it will be twice as powerful as that, and it's retailing at $600. You can get the NVIDIA Founder Edition for $700, and then the 1070, which is going to be the best bang for your buck, is $379, and the Founders is $100 more as well, $480 roughly. But yeah, even the 1070 is better than the 980 Ti. That's what their benchmarks are putting it at. And to put that into comparison, the 780 is still pretty comparable to the 970 right now.
Yeah. listening to that press conference, the NVIDIA CEO is an interesting person. Like that, halfway during that show, that thing kind of fell apart. Not fell apart, but like went spectacularly sideways.
Go on.
Like they had the guy running like their slideshow and stuff was just like messing up, and like I don't know if it was meant to be like witty banter between them.
Oh, Barry, your slides, you.
His name was Tom. The link I sent to you guys was JP had been hosting it because he wanted to not have a crazy chat to hang out in. He wanted to have a reasonable chat to hang out in. And like, so then he started
his chat was not that reasonable.
Compared to the NVIDIA chat, his chat was much more reasonable. But after they got done, he went to go play Overwatch, and the first thing he said was, "God damn it, Tom!" Who's the guy? It's just like, yeah, okay, this is gonna be a thing here in a little while.
I'm gonna blame Tom for all of our Skype issues that we've having today.
Yeah, fuck it, Tom. You had one job.
Damn, Tom.
I am, for the first time ever in my life, contemplating buying an 80 card.
Well, this is the first time they've also made
generation 980s are still MSRP of $600. So, I mean, it's not like you're going to be gaining anything by like buying this generation card or waiting for it to price drop or anything. It's just best at this point. Just grab a 10 series card, I think. Yeah.
I think I'm going. I've been struggling with this since the announcement on Friday night was, do I buy, I have a 970 currently. Do I go to a 1070, which should be perfectly sufficient for anything I want to do? Mm-hmm. Or do I bite the bullet and buy 1080 and be good for 3 years? Probably more.
That's
than
the hope, at least. It should be.
Yeah. The 1080, okay, the 1080. So imagine you're like, okay, I have a new card. This is awesome. I can push stupid pixels. I can push VR. But now you want a monitor that's a 4K. So now you can actually push stupid pixels on a stupid monitor.
As somebody
why would you not want that?
Because as somebody who has a 4K monitor at work and a 4K laptop, 4K is actually a major pain in the ass when it comes to a lot of things.
Everything is not designed for 4K, so we have lots of scaling issues still.
Yeah, scaling is atrocious in 4K sometimes. Like some Microsoft apps in 4K are like, whatever. This time I'm going to boot up with giant text. This time part of the text is going to be giant. Fucking whatever. I don't know.
Their big thing with this release is for VR. They wanted to be able to push to multiple screens, like more pixels than they've been able to do before. They're using a new, they call it the 3D transistor process, where things can be stacked vertically now. It's that FinFET manufacturing process. Samsung has been doing it for SSDs for a bit now. Their 3D NVRAM stuff, which is essentially they're just stacking modules on top of each other, is the very simplistic way of putting it. So they get a higher density of transistors.
They're also to push more
transistors.
To push more into the virtual space, they have their new 3D audio technology. I can't remember what the name was called. That they can physically, like, it's physics for audio, where audio can now bounce and play off of objects in the world and give you a bigger impreference. Like it's in games right now. It's all directional audio. Like, it can be coming from the right side, but it's only coming from one spot on the right side, and it's always going to come from the right side. With this, if there's a wall or a pillar, like, audio should act how audio acts in the real world, which would be
so it's another audio generation that Sound Blaster can fuck up.
Probably.
Well, okay,
but
you don't look to Sound Blaster for quality these days. When's the last time you said, "Man, I really need to upgrade and get myself one of them Sound Blasters"?
I did. I went and I got a Sound Blaster ZXR, and that has been the most regretful purchase I've ever made for my computer. The quality is fine when it works.
Everything now is just external equipment.
It just doesn't work that often. The problem I have with external equipment is throughput and quality. Usually, like, if you're going to throw something on USB 3, USB 3 is still like finicky as all hell. So
Okay,
I'd still
but
much rather have
just
things
use-
on the PCI bus.
Okay, I will just use an explicit example. This is the perfect bit of technology. So, for anyone who's listening on the audio version, I have a small USB headphone amplifier DAC. It plugs into your USB and a headphone jack plugs in. Because of this, there is no reason to ever own a internal sound card. They are fantastic. They sound significantly better, and they have almost no noise, or the noise floor is insanely low that you can't hear it. So there is zero reason to go out and buy a internal audio card at this point in time, unless you're doing capturing and you explicitly need crazy capture setups. That is all.
I still think internal cards are better.
Shut your whore mouth.
Internal cards are better because the way we have to do our audio recording. That's the only reason why.
One way.
That's the only reason why I have an internal audio card. And I don't just use the onboard motherboard one. Is because the way I do my audio recording for this podcast, the onboard just wasn't cutting it really.
All you need is noise filters. The main issue with everything on board is it's all about noise filter.
Yeah, but then you're relying so much on software to like edit everything on the fly. Essentially, it's like why use software to modify stuff?
Well, you can always get something that cleans up a power filter, but I'm getting into territory of audiophile land that people will instantly start falling asleep if I start.
All right, well, let's see here. I think that's a good point to start wrapping everything up here for the week. We've had some interesting news this week. Just crazy weird shit. I guess the last couple weeks. So hardware-wise, we've had we got the geek out about our NVIDIA cards, which is, I mean, again, I'm probably going to be grabbing one like right away, to be honest. The Nintendo NX is, I mean, it's coming out eventually. I am very looking forward to seeing what the hell we're getting from it. Like, it's not going to be announced at E3. They're going to put it out at their own little thing later on. But
Probably
I'm
November.
very interested to see what it's going to be like. If we're going to get all the rumors fulfilled or not, who knows? We'll find out later. It's been a crazy week for like first-person shooters. Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, John Romero's thing, Black Room. We're getting Doom soon. Overwatch is in open beta right now. Battleborn just came out. Paragon is in beta right now. Even there's just
we should take a look at Battleborn at some point. There's just too many games coming out right now. Is the problem?
Yeah, I mean we're getting to the beginning of our I guess a summer rush of stuff before
we're going
E3.
into the next launch cycle.
And
we
have
so many games, and the wallet is only so deep.
And we have 30 some days before E3.
Yeah. So we're getting that release cycle before E3, and then we'll have another one that comes like right after E3, probably like a month or so.
No, we'll probably have a lull after E3 because there's usually the summer lull before the Call of Duty mode kicks in, and then Madden will hit first, and then that's when games start coming out again.
It would. Oh, I guess a couple months, maybe around like August. We get,
August
like,
is when the winter, like the Q3 hits, and like that's when like everyone goes, "Oh crap, I don't have any money anymore."
let's get that game out the door before we have to pay these developers any more money.
Q3 killer.
Check out the Dark Souls board game if you guys like board games at all. This is not your traditional like Scrabble board game. This is like a legit. You're playing a game with some friends, and it's essentially like playing the video game, but you get a bit more freedom and more control. It takes more time, but it's more social, more fun. I always say have board game night. It's fun.
Board games are dope.
I would if somebody invited me.
Hopefully Blizzard will announce that they're going to do a legacy server. I know I would at least check it out. I don't know if I'd play for a long time, but I was a big gamer, the vanilla days, and I would love to see something. Because I've tried private servers, and they always have the same problem that there's not enough people on them to do anything. If there's no way to enjoy the content you want to enjoy, if there's no people to enjoy it with, that's the point of an MMO.
Yep.
I think that's about it. Unless Cody, you have something more you want to talk about?
I think that's it. Don't forget to check out our gaming affiliate at the bottom of the comments here if you're looking for any games or anything you want to get. Stellaris, which comes out next week. I'm probably going to buy that on Monday. Go check them out. There's we have a 20% coupon down there, but you can also get Stellaris for 25% off if you use that link down below. You can use that coupon and all that fun stuff. If you're interested, we are still looking for people to do that secondary podcast that we have kind of started working on. If you're interested in that, you can feel free to shoot an email over to contact@sharksandthings.com with a topic you'd like to talk about. And when, like, any times that work for you. Time zone. Tell me a time zone. That's what I really need to know. So I can figure out whether or not that's actually going to work, because I'm not staying up to GMT times to do a podcast. I'm sorry, folks. I love you all, but I need me some sleep. I think that's it. I'm going to figure out my streaming setup and figure out why the hell we're having issues, so that maybe we can do some more Overwatch when it comes out next week.
And hey, maybe freaking Skype can figure out how not to be a piece of crap lately. Dear God, this has just been terrible. Anyways, Thank you guys all for tuning in to our podcast. We try to do these every Sunday morning. These do go up on YouTube as well. We'll be throwing up our other podcasts here in a bit, probably once we get enough recorded in the can. As always, contact us at contact@sharksandthings.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Facebook/SharksandThings, YouTube/SharksandThings, Twitter @SharksandThings.
Don't forget if you're listening to the audio version of this, don't forget to iTunes and maybe give us a like, leave a comment. It would help.
We like comments. We like to hear from people. And always, thanks for jumping in the chat. We like seeing people in the chat. We may not get to acknowledge everything that you say in there, but we are reading this, and we like to see what your feedback is. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.